I like to think I'm doing a service. Oh, no, not the whole destroying of Valcorandum and Bastard Reality Check. That's kind of for free and for myself. No, I like to think I'm doing a service by reading to you. Thank you. So, let's tearing apart some more crap, Sally. In this chapter, everybody is busy watching the best of the Hobbit trilogy. Of course, Reality Check would be having the Hobbit trilogy instead of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which, as we all know, is one of the best trilogies in existence. And anybody who disagrees with me is welcome to come to my channel and disagree. And no, really, I mean it. I'm perfectly fine with you people coming on and discussing things with me on here or my Twitter. What do people not get about that? I'm perfectly okay with discussing and having a deep conversation with it. I'm fine. I like other opinions. It's okay. I won't shoot you down. I won't mock you. It's fine. That's how I grow. That's how I learn. Some people don't believe me on this. And apparently they're also watching it with the CMC, and Nick leaves off with saying, I miss you guys, and points out that she'll see him in school later. Again, question. Why is Nyx not going to a Canterlot school if she lives in Canterlot now? I'm pretty positive Ponyfield doesn't have the only school in all of Equestria. That would be stupid. So why is she in a Canterlot school? Second, Nyx, you're an idiot. Do you not see those two little things you have on your back? You can fly. Which means, if you want to see your friends, you can fly. So, why don't you use those wings to fly and see them by flying down and flying to them? It's not that hard. Just go buzz buzz ring. You also have a mom who's very powerful at teleporting. As a matter of fact, if you missed it so bad, why not just go to Twilight and go, Mother, would you please teleport me? It's not that hard. People, you gotta understand. Distance and separation is tough, sure. For normal humans. But when you're in a world that has magical abilities like, say, teleportation and flight and super speed, saying, I've been separated a long, long time and I haven't been able to see my friends in a long, long while, kind of loses its impact when you know somebody could just go, fly! And I'm here in less than 10 minutes! It's kind of like the problem some people have with the Dragon Ball Z ending. Kind of becomes moot when you could think about how Gohan, Goten, and Videl could all sense ki. And how Gohan, Videl, Pan, and Goten can all fly. And there's technology that allows you to move a house from place to place by putting it in a convenient capsule. Remember, if you have something that completely renders your drama moot, maybe you shouldn't write it. And there's this host servant that talks about how he's shocked that everybody has so much wealth, power, and fame, but they are all looking down on it. And one of the higher-ups, one of the diplomat's sons, starts talking about how they hate being constantly criticized and have everyone judging them and bossing them and telling them how they live and and how everybody's judging them and all that. To which I say, get off your high horse! You're talking to, apparently, a hand servant. You guys are seeing more money than they ever will. I don't think this guy thinks you have much of a leg to stand on. If this was a real conversation, he would be going, oh sure, right. It's so bad for you to be constantly criticized. I mean, what do I know? I mean, I have to hope and pray that I make enough money to, eat 3 meals a day and go to a poor power school where I hope I don't get pantsed all the time. But yeah. You getting judged, that's the real problem. I'm so sorry. But hey, you all know that the kids part is stupid. What you really are wondering what's going on with Twilight. Well, apparently Twilight has discovered that before everything, but one time the forced us to cancel oversaw random cells and balance. Okay. How? Please explain this. How? How? But no. Please explain this. Vic, you're not going to explain this, are you? You're just going to throw this at us and go, wow! And Twilight's pointing out that sooner or later, things might go to more chaos. Because of humans. But then she finds out some way to actually solve it. So first she goes to Time Turner. And Reality Check, lacking all creativity, decides not to make Time Turner the Doctor. Because apparently Reality Check has no fun. I mean, every other member of the Pony fandom makes him the Doctor, but not Reality Check. Oh, no. Reality Check refuses to go that way. And I don't support him in the least. What? You think I'm going to be okay with that? Heck no. There are just some things that are just more fun. But no Reality Check. He hates fun, magic, and mystery. Now, I'll probably do more I Am Legend next year, because there's a certain fic I want to do in honor of Sonic Frontiers, and I want to make sure I do it on that date. So instead, I'm going to read something from one of my favorite authors. The Raven, by Edgar Allan Poe. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I wandered weak and weary, over a many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis a visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more. Ah, distinctly I remember it was in bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished to morrow, vainly I wished to borrow, from my books of surcease of sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden who the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, to the still beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, so late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, that it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or Madame, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so you gently came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. And here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, stillness gave no token. The only word there I spoken, whispered word, Lenore. This I whispered, and echo murmured back, Lenore. Really this and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a rapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then, where that is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more. Open here I flung open the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped the stately raven of saintly days of yore. Not the least obscurance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mine lord and lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon the bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of countenance it wore. Though my crest be shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little revels it, for we cannot help agreeing that no living being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, blind or beast upon the sculpted bust upon his chamber door, with such name as Nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely on this placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul was in one word he did downpour. Nothing further he uttered, not a feather then he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before, on the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by a reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope and that melancholy burden bore of nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled into a cushioned seat in front of the bird, bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to inking, fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, ominous bird of yore, meant in croaking, nevermore. This I sat and gazed and guessing, but no syllable expressing, to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining, on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight coated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gaining over, shall press, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tuffled floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels hath he sent thee. Respite and nymph from my memories of Lenore, quaff, oh quaff this kind nymph and forgets this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, think of evil. Prophet still, if bird or devil. Whether temper sent or whether tempest tossed here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm at Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, think of evil. Prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven bends above us, by that God we both do adore. Tell the soul with sorrow laden if, within distant aiding, is some class of Satan maiden who the angels name Lenore, class of rare and radiant maiden who the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrink of starting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Need no black plume as a token of thou has spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take that beak from out my heart, and thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, is still sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. His eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight over him streaming through his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow lies floating on the floor, shall be lifted nevermore.